The Big Show with Night Day. Barista-made coffee just the way you like it. From $4.50.
Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size.
This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show. The Hodaki Big Show. With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have you company this Thursday afternoon, the 12th of October, 2023. And you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night Day. And Mogi, a little bit sleepy today, Mogi, and we'll get into that a little bit later on in the show, but how's life?
Oh, it's going pretty grousey, you mad dog, you sick son of a bee. Yeah, just happy to be alive. Would be a little bit happier. I know we go on about the weather, but can we have some good weather?
Oh, yeah, I know, man. It's still, I'm still freezing my bollos off at the moment.
Beautiful
It's
bollos.
not great. Hey, great news on the Keyzie front too. He's wearing another pair of three-quarter pants.
Yeah.
You said you got 2 for 1 there, Keyzie.
Well, what I did was I put on those...
We got 1.5 because they're 3/4,
Oh,
right?
yeah, good point.
So good, Mogi. What I did was I put on those blue pants, right? And I loved them so much. I looked online to see if they had black ones, and they did. So I ordered them, and they showed up yesterday.
How good.
Oh, so good, man. They look so good, man.
Thanks, Jase. You're looking good, by the way. You got like a smart black business shirt, but then like a hat.
Well, it's not really a business. I'd call this a casual shirt, wouldn't you? I wouldn't say that's a business shirt.
Well, it's pretty like, yeah, I'm here to do the business, but your hat's like,
I'm definitely here to do the business. Hey, speaking of the business, big show ahead. We are going to have sleep chat later on in the show.
Oh, so
also, apparently, Keyzie needs some advice for old people's homes.
Oh, okay.
Mogi,
Yeah,
and
Mike, so.
I think we'll be able to help him out there. Of course, coming up next, the big poll. In the meantime, is Pluto.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, tune Pluto there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Thursday afternoon, 8 minutes past 4 o'clock. But right now it's time for
The Big Poll.
the question today: working out on holiday, yes or no?
That's right. You can vote on this up at the Hodaki Big Show's Instagram story or text us right now on 3483. This came about because this morning, woke up. I'm going on my honeymoon in a few weeks' time, my wife and I, and very excited about that. And
No
she
way.
goes, huh? She goes, oh, which running shoes are you taking?
Sure.
And I said, oh, I wasn't planning on taking running shoes because baggage space is limited. And she said, oh, why not? I was like, well, I don't plan on doing any running. And she's like, well, I was kind of hoping we'd go running every day. Like every morning we'd wake up and go for a run, depending on where we are. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm on holiday to drink responsibly and eat lots of cheese and that, you know?
Yeah.
And
sure.
so I fired up a wee bit about it. And also we're going to be doing lots of walking and all sorts of stuff. And I was like,
that's inevitable, though.
what's that?
Well, if you're overseas and you're
Walking.
traveling, you're gonna do a lot of walking, Keyzie.
Totally. That's the exercise, right?
Because, and thinking about that, now I get the three-quarter pants.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because of the walking.
Yeah, just a bit more air.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
not why I
circulation.
bought them. I bought them because they're cool.
Oh. Yeah, well, I think running is a great... Imagine, you wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, Keyzie, you go out and you go for a run. Where are you going again?
We're going over to Europe.
Big place. Can you narrow it down?
Sorry, London first.
London, okay. And you get to run around all the homeless people and drug addicts.
Oh.
I mean, how good is that to see them in their natural habitat? You get lots of photos and videos of them.
Right.
It's a beautiful way to be able to see the city, I think, or any country that you're in.
Yeah, okay.
And then it sets you up for your day. Then you can have something to eat and then immediately start drinking and get steamed responsibly.
And it's certainly in terms of running, this is a no-go for me anyway because of my withered legs. So that doesn't happen. But like when I go away on holiday, like we go to the family batch or something like that, mate, I'm hard into the workouts.
What are you doing?
400, press-ups, 400 sit-ups. I do a 4 to 5K walk to the peninsula and back.
Right.
I swim a couple of K. That's you see, for me, working out is a holiday.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's a holiday for my mind. And so I really spend most of my holidays working out.
Right. So, okay. So you're going to vote for yes to working out on holiday then?
Totally.
Because I was absolutely no way.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're gone for quite a while. I would be chucking in some workouts in there. I certainly wouldn't be doing what you did, which is scream at your wife so the neighbours called the police. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. She called me and quite distressed. And
Did she?
I had to just calm her down, mate.
Sure.
you know.
So she
just
called the
easy.
police, then she called you.
Yeah, well, she was in tears, man. It was
Right.
a mess, and I was like, easy.
He won't go for a run.
And, yeah.
So she calls the police.
I know.
Well,
That's
I
a bit
was
of
more-
an overreaction, if I'm honest. But
It's more you screaming.
Do you want to know what the last thing she said was? Once we finally figured it out, I was like, fine, I'll take running shoes, but I'm not running every day.
yeah.
The last thing she said was, do not talk about this on the radio today.
Oh, okay. Hey, well, give us your view on 3483 or go to our Instagram account and have a vote. In the meantime, a bit of Stevie Nicks, fellas?
Oh,
Hell
Jeez.
huh?
yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Yes, indeed, Stevie Nicks, their tune. Good tune, that. I like that tune. What's going on with you at the moment, Mogi?
Well, I was just wondering if I might be able to get a bit of help from the folks out there and Keyzie.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've got a fairly...
What about
it's quite
me?
small.
What,
Eh?
what about help from me?
Well, let me get to it and see if you've got any experience. I've got... you probably haven't noticed, but I've got a bit of a pimple on my face. It's just below my eye.
Oh, yeah.
See, I would describe that as your eye being just above that pimple.
Yeah, I think that's probably closer to it, and it's not getting any smaller. I've got quite a special weekend coming up, so I'm pretty keen for it to go away. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Mrs. has been away for a while now. She's coming back. We're coming back for some talks. But what is the solution for a massive white-haired pimple? Any kind of a home remedy that'll get rid of it, sort of in 24 hours or less.
Right.
I've tried applying an incredible amount of pressure with my thumb and forefinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a blind one.
I've been trying to scratch the eye out of the bastard there, but it just seems to make it worse. So if that's not the answer, what is the answer?
So text us.
The reason why I'm asking, text us 3483, please, or
Yeah.
even give us a ring.
Yeah, on 0800 Hodaki.
And the reason I was asking Keyzie, because I figure you've got a bit of a history with, skin diseases.
So are we adding acne to my sort of list
Oh,
of...
no.
Can I just say on that front, Hoity J as a teenager, absolute abomination.
Yeah.
When it came to the zits. I had to go to a skin specialist. It was that bad. It was
Wow.
just volcano face on Hoity J's.
What sort of nicknames do people have
Oh,
for you?
all sorts.
Like
all
what?
sorts. Why?
Pizza face?
Nah, they used to just
No.
they called me Bism because I won't get into it, but listen, mine was so bad I ended up going to a skin specialist and it was described as moderately severe acne, and they gave me some chemical that was basically like rubbing Chernobyl all over my face.
Sure.
So my face was peeling off through my teenage years, and yet strangely, the ladies still liked me.
That is strange.
Did that work?
No.
Okay, so
Well, it worked in the sense that eventually it worked, and I took vitamins, I took antibiotics, I was like getting pummeled with medication.
Right, well, there's a lot of...
sure, but does that work that's going to work for me in 24 hours?
Tea tree oil.
Okay.
There's a lot of texts on 3483.
Oh, okay,
All right,
go.
and everyone that does text through in the draw for a $50 night and day voucher, burn the bastard with a red-hot poker.
Oh, yeah.
Put toothpaste on it. A lot of
No.
people...
Oh, now I've heard about the toothpaste.
No, that's for bites, not for pimples.
Oh, okay.
tea tree oil, kawa oil, do wheeze on it. Shut up and get on with it, Mogi. Your misso won't care if she really is your true love.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Slice the top of it off and then put methylated spirits on it.
Nice. I mean, I could do wheeze on it if you wanted.
Yeah, that sounds like the most likely way to go.
Or-
I mean, I could try. I mean, thing is, some of these ideas are good, like kawa balm, kawa oil, tea tree oil, toothpaste. But where am I going to find that?
What do you mean?
Whereas Jase's urine is
Plentiful
so handy.
supply, mate.
Yeah.
I could do it right now if you want. Look,
And the good thing is it's so stop-start, you'll be able to get just the right amount.
I can just get it, perfectly placed. Now, listen, I'm going to be frank with you here, Mogi, because
go
I
on.
speak from experience. That bastard's not going anywhere soon. She's going to be on your face, on your melon for quite a few days. And the worst thing you can do is do the big squeezy thing, because if it's a blind pimple, it's just going to go do-do-doosh on your face
Well-
and get bigger.
You never know, though. So a lot of good suggestions coming through on 3483. Keep them coming, and maybe we'll have a solution for you soon, Mogi.
Thanks, mate.
In the meantime, he's the Flaming Lips.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Queens of the Stone Age there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Thursday afternoon, 20 minutes to 5 o'clock. And I've got a couple of sleepy co-workers today, so I think this is appropriate.
It's Sleep Chat with Jason, Mike,
Keyzie. And Keyzie. You're tired, aren't you, Mogi?
I am buggered, man. I've had a few roughies. It's mainly been, well, not mainly. It's usually around the kid getting up. I'll be lying in bed, generally asleep, and she'll just be screaming, "Dad!" You know?
Yeah.
You just got to go in there. She's like, I dropped my llama. She's got a toy fluffy llama.
Oh, man.
So I have to go in there and pick it up and give it back to her. That's what being a parent is, Keyzie. Get used to that, man. It's about 90% of being a parent.
Right.
Waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, going and picking up a soft toy for them.
Right.
On the floor and giving it to them.
And there's some science behind the fact that actually once you wake up in the morning at that, say, 3 o'clock in the morning, it always takes you about an hour for your rhythm to get back to sleep again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or worse than that.
So the first night that my mother was staying with us, she's here helping us look after my kid.
Who, Marge?
And so the first night, the kid was doing that, coming and pick up my toy for me in the middle of the night. No worries, I love it. The second night, my mother,
Marge?
got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and was sort of banging around the toilet. My favourite thing she did that night, she let the dog in. So the dog sleeps in the lounge because it snores, it's so old.
Yes.
So
Tinker.
she opened up the hallway doors. The dog came in, jumped on my bed and just snored for the rest of the night. So that was the end of that. And then last night I just woke up, 4 a.m. and just wide awake since 4 a.m. Just that's it.
Great stuff.
It is great stuff, man.
Yeah. Hopefully a good sleep tonight, Mogi.
Well, no, I doubt it.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, if it's any consolation, I also had a terrible sleep. I couldn't go to sleep till about midnight, and then I woke up.
You're thinking about your sins, because that can happen when you're a young man. You got your demons.
Yeah, I was thinking about my demons, Mike. Woke up and I was like, oh, well, at least it's probably, like 7 a.m. Look at my thing, 2 a.m.
Oh, God.
Wide awake, so I have to go in the lounge and watch a documentary on Europe, obviously.
On Europe?
Don't air quote that. It was just watching a doco on Europe presented by this Australian history professor.
Was that in high definition?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know your docos.
I love waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. because my immediate thought is durry.
Sure.
So I go out and have a durry on my deck there.
Was that what happened last night?
No, last night I had what I call a clutchy.
Oh.
Where my true story.
You wake up with a clutch purse.
Well, I have what I call a seizure. It's a weird thing, and I'm literally, my fists are squeezed together.
You're tensed up.
I'm tensed up, and
You're
I sit up
rigid.
in bed, and I was saying to you guys off air, I had such a bad clutchy last night that in my unconscious state I went, I have to get out of this clutchy very soon or I'm going to die.
So wait, so you're aware that you're doing it and that
I'm
you're
aware
asleep?
that I'm doing it, but I can't get out of it. If there's anyone out there that can diagnose that for me, by the way, I'd really appreciate it.
I think I know what it is. So it's like your every muscle in your body is clenched.
Yes.
Yeah, it's sleep paralysis. I have suffered from that a lot, but what you're doing is you're holding your fists up in front of you. When I used to get it, I'd be lying like with my arms down beside, like I was in a coffin.
Yes.
And fully flex, and what I would be trying to do is just focusing, if I can just move my little finger, then the rest of my body will follow.
It's very much like that.
That is sleep paralysis.
And it always...
it's a waking nightmare.
Oh, it's terrible. And always with a full mongrel.
Right. Well, I was going to say, if there's a sleep doctor or anyone that could help us, give
Totally,
us a call.
man,
0800
totally.
Hodaki. We've got $50 night and day vouchers. Otherwise, text us on 3483. There's a text here. Did Keyzie just say if it's any constellation instead of constellation?
Actually did.
You
No, I
did.
didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I don't
Did
want
I?
to pull you
Yes.
up on it, but I'm glad somebody has,
Oh, my bad.
because that is not on.
It's like you kept saying erectile distinction.
Did I?
Yeah.
When I was talking about you, that's right.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Bit of Van Halen for you fellas. Why not, eh?
Pretty good, man.
Why not? Hey, now, have you heard about Angie's new podcast?
Who, Angie from the Hodaki Day Show?
Yes, that Angie.
Yeah, no,
That legend Angie. It's called Mental as Anything.
That's right. It's a brand new podcast series hosted by Angelina Gray. It's inspired by the fact that the global pandemic has seen a 25% increase in anxiety and depression worldwide.
Right.
You know, people are feeling unsettled. And she's basically going to have different well-known Kiwis who will come on and talk about sort of their
Mental illnesses.
well, yeah, and their experiences
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it. The first episode is a doozy with guest Di Henwood, who, of course...
Legend.
Yeah, he is an absolute legend, and obviously he had a recent-ish diagnosis, which has completely changed the way he's had to look at his life.
Yeah.
Certainly worth having a listen to that, and Angie's going to come on the show tomorrow.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
That's right. We need to do more crossovers, you know.
Yeah, but yarning. I'm stoked she's doing a potty. She's a backbone. Did you? Well, a funny thing about Di, 6'3". You see him on the telly and you think, oh, he's only a little fella. 6'3".
Really?
Totally. Yeah, he's a big unit, man. He is a massive unit.
Because I'm 6'3", and
wow.
I've commentated with him, and he seems a wee bit shorter.
Yeah.
But
No, he's a big unit. I reckon he'd make a good blindside flanker, actually.
I'd agree with that.
Who, Di Henwood?
Yeah. And or a lock, at a push.
Yeah.
You're not thinking of Scott Barrett.
Dog
yeah,
roll.
Scott Barrett.
You think of Scott Barrett?
Yeah, I was thinking of Scott Barrett. Damn it.
Yeah. Hey, well, that'll be great if Angie's on the show tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that. That'll be awesome.
That's right. And if you want to listen to that podcast, first episode up now with Di Henwood, just type in Mental as Anything, wherever you get your potties from, although I recommend iHeartRadio.
Hey, coming up after 5 o'clock, we're going to be chatting Uber ratings, fellas.
Yeah.
And also a new segment. What is it?
What's the world up to? With me, Keyzie.
It feels like one of those sort of segments that'll be one and done.
Oh,
Yeah. Kind of like Milli Vanilli.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? It'll be one hit. Wow.
busted for lip syncing.
Maybe not even a hit.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, cheers. Well, I look forward to debuting it. Also got some tickets to give away to the big triple header happening at Eden Park.
Oh, yes, the league.
That's right, so stay tuned.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night. Day. Hey, feel free to text us on 3483. How was your day today, New Zealand? Yes, I'm talking about you specifically. Text us 3483 and tell us how your day was, and you could win yourself a $50 night and day voucher.
Yeah, you can also call us if you want to have a chit-chat about how your day was.
Oh, I'd rather they didn't, Keyzie.
On 08. Oh, really?
Oh, we just got quite a lot coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, and I don't really have time to chat.
Right.
I think a text would be easier.
Okay.
No, that way they can just sort of let us know that
Well,
way.
I feel like this little thing we're doing now is taking up quite a lot of time in itself, you know?
Yeah, you guys are dragging this out. Also, if you've got any cool photos you want to text us through, anything you like.
Yeah. This is one of the things that, I don't like about radio with the text machine is there's not enough pics being sent
Yeah,
through.
I know, I'd agree
Because
with
I
that.
like to visualise what my listener looks like.
Sewer.
Yeah, so if you could send us through some... Can they do that, Keyzie?
To the Instagram, I reckon.
Yeah, message the Instagram because we can't see it, but you are just opening Pandora's box there.
Well, I just
Sorry?
want to see what our listeners look like, that's all. Actually, send a pic to our Instagram account, and then old Pugs can make a wallpaper
Oh,
of them.
nice.
A
You know what I
wallpaper?
mean? Yeah.
What,
Just
like
as-
one on the actual wall of the house?
Yeah,
Or?
that'll be great. And then I'm going to put it in front of me whenever I do the show to inspire me to do better work.
Good
Yeah,
on you,
nice.
Hey, coming up, we're going to have a bit of Uber rating chat, so stay tuned. In the meantime, let's kick it off with a bit of Nirvana.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Nirvana there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Thursday afternoon, 7 minutes past 5 o'clock. How's the day going for people, Keyzie?
Here's a nice one from Anita. Day off work today, had a lovely lunch with a friend.
Oh, you see, that's nice,
That's
isn't
nice.
it?
That
Catching
is
up with
nice.
friends, very important.
Someone here who didn't add their names, that's a bit of a shame. Great day in Keyzie today, bit of work on the house, snuck out for 9 holes with a couple of mates, a couple of beersies.
Oh, gee, you see.
Living the dream, man.
Oh, that is so nice.
I even saw the weather in Wellington was good today, man.
Oh, you're
What?
joking.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
mate.
good.
Hey, now listen, we're talking Uber ratings. We mentioned it in yesterday's show.
Yes.
Because you were talking about the Uber driver who had done 6,000 trips and had a miraculous 5-star rating.
A
The-
5-star rating.
Unbelievable.
It's an unbelievable stat, and it sort of got us to talking about what our respective Uber ratings are. So we're going to need people to text in on 3483 and give us a call on 08 Hodaki to discuss, where you think Keyzie's, Woody J, and my personal Uber ratings will be sitting at. And it'll be interesting to find out. We don't know what each other's are, so we'll probably have a chat about that in the next break. But yeah, I've been running Uber for many, many years in many, many different countries, in many, many different states. Of
When you say
intoxication.
state, I was going to say that kind of state.
I've
yeah.
travelled far and I've travelled short, and so I don't know. I'm not too sure how I feel about my rating.
The number, by the way, is 0800 Hodaki. just so you're aware. So feel free to call us. Got $50 night and day vouchers to give away.
My personal feeling is that Jase's will be good because I don't think you go anywhere. And whenever you go somewhere, you're generally sober. So I don't think you've had a chance to ruin it. The fact that you're normally sober means, other than the fact that you're rude and you don't talk to the driver, that would be the only thing that would mark you down.
Yeah, I mean, as I said yesterday, I'm happy to talk to the driver. My preference is not to.
Yeah.
But that's
You know
you
what
in
I mean?
life anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer not to talk outside of the radio show.
Sure. And what's your feeling about where Keyzie would be sitting?
Well, I'm thinking of all those steamed evenings. I'm thinking of all those big nights, Smokey, where he's really pushed the boat out. My gut instinct is that he'll have the lowest rating. Well, but then I look at you and I go, actually, I can see you being like, that was shithouse, and speaking your mind. So
right.
I suspect it's a bit of a toss-up between the two of you for the worst one. Though we may be surprised, it could very well be that Hoity J has the worst one.
Yeah, so give us a call or a text on 3483 0800 Hodaki. Harry's done just that. Harry, how you going, mate?
Yeah, good yourself?
Yeah, good, mate. What do you do for a crust?
I work at a bar on Waiheke Island.
Backbone!
So
Which one, man?
The Hickey.
Oh, beautiful.
Great
Nice.
spot. Love
Nice,
it there.
nice,
So
nice.
you've probably seen steamed mogi get picked up from an Uber there plenty of times then.
Absolutely. No Ubers, though.
Yeah, that's true, actually. No Ubers there. What do you reckon, mate? Whose Uber rating are you keen to comment on?
Keyzie.
Oh,
Go on.
surprise. What do you reckon?
Solid 3.8.
Oh,
3.8.
Yeah, that's
solid
low.
3.8.
That is low.
serious?
Can I just qualify, by the way, what would we determine to be a bad rating?
Anything below like 4.5 is terrible.
I
Is it?
think even a 4.6, 4. I haven't
Yeah.
seen anything as low as that, I don't think.
Yeah.
Right.
And on that note, so, whatever you think about ours, but let us know what yours is as well. I mean, Harry, if you think you're so amazing, what's yours sitting at, mate? Do you know?
4.99.
Oh,
bollocks.
Harry.
Actually, text them in your Uber ratings. We'll see who's got the worst.
I'd
Actually,
love to know who's got the worst.
And be genuine about it, because we'll check. I don't know how. The worst one will get a $50 night day voucher.
Yeah, meanwhile, Harry for calling us an 0800 Hodaki, he gets one instantly as well, which is pretty exciting.
No, very
Too
good.
easy.
Here's In Excess.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, yes, indeed, In Excess there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Thursday afternoon, 14 minutes past 5 o'clock. We're talking Uber ratings. We want you to text us on 3483. Who do you think out of the three of us has the worst Uber rating? We've got Hayden on the line from Christchurch. Hayden, you mad bastard. How's life?
Oh, amazing.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. So whose Uber rating do you want to have a chat about?
Yours, Hoity.
Oh, okay. What are you picking there, buddy?
I reckon you might have a sort of a 3.5. Sort of chewing their ear off too much, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hard out.
Oh,
Jase,
you think the opposite of what I actually am, which is that I never shut up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd agree.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting.
And Hayden, first of all, what do you do for a crust, by the way?
I'm a builder.
Yeah, backbone.
Massive backbone.
Do you have an Uber rating?
Yeah, but it's okay. It's pretty good.
Go on then.
4.8.
Yeah, that's all good.
4.8.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
honestly, I think once you start getting under 4.8, you got problems.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Have you got some kind of a way to break down these numbers? Is that right?
Yeah, so in your app,
Okay.
Yeah,
if you go into settings,
sure.
What's that?
Okay, so settings, right.
and then privacy,
Right.
and then privacy center, like you'll see it.
Settings.
Privacy center.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then go see summary at the top,
See summary.
and then you go down to you swipe down to where it says ratings, and you go into that, and then it will break down all your ratings.
Oh, wow, okay.
Good God.
Holy helmet.
That is amazing. I'll be honest with you, Hayden, I'm not actually doing it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
But,
I've had 3 one-star ratings.
Is that right?
What the hell?
I sort of lost track a bit there. You have to help me out, mate.
yeah. Hey, well, that's a great tip, Hayden. Thanks for that, mate. So you think I'm going to have the lowest of the three of us, is that right?
yeah.
Good on you, mate.
Good on you, mate.
Backbone.
So apparently what they do is if it's a really short ride that you book, they'll give you a 1 star to notify people and other Uber drivers not to pick you up because it'll probably be a short trip. So I must have either done that 3 times. I've had 1 2-star rating, 2 3-star ratings, and 110 5 stars.
Right.
Okay, interesting.
I've had 6 1-stars.
Have you?
Yeah. 1 2-star, 7 3-stars, 11 4-stars, and 371 5-stars.
Holy heck.
Jeez.
I rate that. It's pretty good.
You rate that 5 stars?
Yeah.
I once did a 1 star for a driver, but that was on accident.
On accident or by accident?
Yeah. And I felt really bad about it, so he might have marked me down pretty brutally.
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes I'll get in conversations with some drivers and I think to myself, I think this guy is going to give me 1 star. And I think to myself, I'm going to give him 1 star, and then I don't. I always give them 5 stars.
Yeah.
Because it's hard earning $1 out there, Keyzie. You wouldn't know that.
Yeah, it sure is, mate.
What do you mean? I'm over here slaving away.
Doing the hard yards,
Putting
mate.
up with you
You
lot.
can't even afford full-length pants, man. That's how broke you are.
That's right.
Hey, so results next?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Chemical Brothers there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Thursday afternoon. So we're talking Uber ratings. It seems to be, from the text machine on 3483 there, Mogi, leaning towards Keyzie there.
Having the lowest.
Having the lowest one.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I think that sort of makes sense. I mean, he's in his drinking days.
Sure.
He's the most likely to be out after midnight, which you and I, those days are sort of done and dusted for us.
Yes.
If I am out after midnight, then I'll probably still be up at 7 a.m, so they think I'm going to work.
Yeah.
So yeah, my feeling is that you'll have the best, but I don't know how many trips you've had. So that's
Hundreds.
Can you pass me your phone and I'll check?
I've had it for... I've been doing Uber for 3 years.
Sure.
And I do use it quite a lot.
Sure.
So,
Why don't you let me
but
check?
we're not going to check it.
Why don't you let me check, Jase? You're being very shifty about all this.
I'm not being shifty.
Yes,
but
you are.
Quite shifty.
Let's get to the ratings.
Oh, okay. Very shifty. Classic. There's something
Quite
you're hiding.
shifty. Well, this is going to be one of those results which has got an asterisk on it because Jase is refusing to share the information.
Well, excuse me. Are you guys sharing your information?
Yes, I already have.
Oh.
I've had 400 trips, and my rating is 4.87.
That's right. So I have done 117 trips, and my rating is
Really?
Yeah, my rating is 4.82.
But, right, so I've dominated you in this, Keyzie. And what's interesting about this, of course, is the reason why Keyzie has taken so few trips is because every time he gets maggoted, he calls his wife.
My wife! 100%. We've got a deal where
That's quite good, so you don't really have to deal with Uber drivers too often. That's not bad. I'm beginning to come around to that way of thinking, although I'd rather pay the $8 than have an upset wife because you called her at 3 a.m.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what I mean?
And there's, and I'm going to be honest with you, like, if Uber had been going 20 years ago, I would have been in a world of pain.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been in a world of pain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make no mistake about it, New Zealand.
Sorry, just trying to operate my way through Jase's Sony Alcatel here. So you've taken 46 trips. You've ordered Uber Eats 35 times.
You've almost done that more.
I tell you what, that'd be my daughter, actually.
Oh, right. You've had 1 3-star trip, and that's it. That's your only non-5-star rating.
Right,
great.
okay.
And you've had 40 5-star ratings. Overall, Jason Hoyt, 4.95.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And
mate.
so you were
4.87.
And I'm
4.8.
4.8.
400 trips.
4.82.
And I've spent God knows how much money on Ubers.
God.
Well, there you go.
God almighty. That's,
so who
that's
had
a
the
lot
lowest?
of trips.
Me.
Oh,
Yeah. No one saw that coming.
but I thought that, Mogi made the good point. You're in your prime there, Keyzie, and
Am I what?
you're going out and about all the time, so that's probably
That's
about
probably
right.
it. Yeah.
But all of them above 4.8.
Pretty good,
so,
fellas.
So I'm proud of us,
Yeah,
team.
good work, guys.
Hey,
High five.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah, great
fellas.
stuff.
speaking of being proud, 1.5 Mogies up next,
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Sublime there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show, but right now it's time for...
1.5 mogies.
So you just heard Mogi giggling through that. Sorry.
So bad.
So just to sort of set the scene here for people that have never heard of 1.5 Mogies. Mogi's currently a single parent, aren't you, Mogi? Looking after the little one while his wife are there in a separation period.
That's right. So my wife has gone down to Wellington to work on a film, and so the final 3 months of the year it's just me and the little one at home. So we've had to bring in a nanny, which is a bit of a shock to the system and extremely difficult to do, might I say.
Yes.
They are thin on the ground. Everybody needs a nanny apparently, and finding a good one is difficult. We have found a good one, but this week is her first week.
Sure.
And so my mother has come up to sort of make things a little bit easier, and also the kid was sick, so it was easier for her to be around. But she gave me the report last night, which was the first time that the nanny had been on, because up until that point the kid had been crook, that she was being a real so-and-so.
Is that what your mum was saying?
She was saying that, well, so what my daughter was doing, the nanny would come in and go, say hello to the dog and go to pet the dog, and my kid would be like, no, that's not your dog, that's my dog, and we don't want you touching the dog. And the nanny, who was a lovely woman,
yes,
said, "Oh, you know what? Why don't we go outside for a walk?" No, well, actually, she loves going for walks. She's got this fairy tree up the road. Normally, she's always banging on about it. Instead, on this occasion, she said, "No, well, I can't go up. I can't go outside because it's too cold, and I might get sick, and my parents wouldn't be happy." She's 40, so she was just being a real contrarian. She eventually got won over. But she's quite concerned about my not being around.
Sure.
And so I've just got the heads up tonight that she's come home, sort of walked into the house, complained that she's got an earache, while not crying about it, which she would have been, and then just gone to bed and crashed out at 4:30.
Right.
In a state of depression.
Asleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I just said, look, you got to get her up, because I can't have her having a great night's sleep and then getting up at 2 a.m. after all we've said about the sleep chat.
Yes.
But I guess we've just got to tough it out, right?
Yeah, man.
And eventually she'll just get used to the nanny, who is awesome.
Correct.
But when you're seeing your kids depressed, it's not great.
Oh, no, it's not. But, I mean, the kids that age, they'll try it on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they'll try it on, all right. And eventually, it'll change.
Yeah.
She'll come to love her nanny.
Oh, 100%.
She'll probably prefer a nanny to you in the end.
That is what I'm anticipating.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't
what
come
happened?
home at all.
So when it's just you and her, it'll be, where's the nanny?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Did you have nannies or babysitters? I mean, babysitters they were called back in those days.
No, well, we had babysitters, but not for any length, only over sort of for a nighttime scenario.
Right.
And that was always our local neighbours or stuff, kids we knew, who would come over.
Yeah.
And they'd ring us up and go, oh, blah, 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 this is happening with the kid, and blah, blah, we go, not my problem, because they're not cheap, Mogi.
I tell you what, man, they're not cheap.
And, they're looking after your kids, so fair enough.
And it is a weird attitude as well, because you're like, geez, paying that much to look after the most valuable thing in my life? I don't think so. Why is it so much? It isn't really, it is an odd thing. And then you think, actually, it would be quite good to have someone that's
really good.
Yeah, onto it. Yeah.
Good stuff. You got all this to look forward to, Keyzie.
Every time you guys talk about this sort of stuff, I go, let's just not rush into anything, shall we?
Yeah, well, it is quite scary, because the thing with kids, and Jase, you probably be able to back me up on this one, you do come to love them.
Like, eventually.
Over time.
Ah.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Kings of Leon there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show. Very excited about this next segment, a new segment in the show, Mogi.
That's right.
Really exciting.
Well, the way it came about is I was like, you know what, we should start talking about what's going on in the world, And so I'll be your guide. I'll bring something interesting from the world, news around the world, and then we'll have like a discussion on it,
Sounds
pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Great.
Let's crack in,
Let's crack
shall we?
in. Yeah. What's the world up to? With me, Keyzie. So good. Nothing straightforward about that beat. Hey, fellas, do you remember last year when Will Smith got up on stage and smacked that guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And he slapped Chris Rock because Chris Rock made a joke at his partner's expense.
Yes.
Jada
Something
Pinkett.
about her being a ball head or something, wasn't it?
Well,
Or looking
was it?
like G.I.
Jane,
Jane.
yeah.
That's right.
Good
It's
one.
the sort of thing where he's roasting everyone in the room. For some reason, Will Smith took offence, got up on stage, slapped them.
Yeah.
Turns out that while he slapped Chris Rock to defend his wife's honour, his wife has gone on record today saying, "Oh no, we split up back in 2016."
Oh.
And she thought it was a joke, and that it was a planned skit. And also she felt like she should drop in the fact that The Rock asked her out. Like the actual Rock.
Is that in there?
Yeah. She said The Rock asked her out at one point because he was obviously you guys were split up. And she said no at the time.
As a way to sort of say, no thanks, I'm not interested. Because Dwayne The Rock Johnson is probably not her type. Because, of course, Jada Pinkett Smith came out a few years ago and she's got a show on Facebook, I think it is.
What?
Called Red Table Discussions.
Oh, really?
And she came out, brought Will Smith out and discussed how she had an affair with her son's best friend.
Holy smoke.
And discussed that live on air with Will
Oh,
Smith.
yes.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Good television. Not great for a relationship, to be fair.
I mean,
I'd probably, if I got asked to do that, I'd probably go, nah.
Yeah, no
all
thanks.
goods.
I'll pass on that one.
That is crazy.
Do you not know about that?
Nah.
So it's quite an interesting relationship with them because I always used to be a little bit of a... I liked Will Smith.
Yes.
Not hugely or
he's a
anything
cool
like
actor.
that.
Yeah. Cool fella.
He's solid.
Yeah, that's right. But now I'm sort of at the point where I'm not sure who I like less.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like Will Smith is sort of a little bit put upon. I feel like he's a little bit of a sad fella, actually. I think he's had a bit of a rough run of it, to be fair.
I always sort of saw Will Smith as the sort of guy that just did his job and wasn't really into the whole Hollywood thing.
Seemed pretty cool.
You never hear anything bad about him, and then all this crap hit the fan. And I still think that about him, actually.
Well,
even though he gave Chris Rock a slap, I would have done the same.
Oh,
Really?
Don't diss my wife.
Yeah, but your wife?
You would have only been able to slap Chris Rock on the ass, and he would have taken it differently, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
that's
maybe we
true.
should run an Instagram story and we say, who's better, Will Smith or Jada Pinkett Smith?
Wow.
Should we do that?
Really?
Who do we like more rather than who do we dislike more? We'll find that out.
Great
'Cause
stuff.
For me, and I've really enjoyed What's the World Up To with Mogi. I don't know anything about her at all.
Right.
All I know is Will Smith is a pretty cool actor, and that's it.
Sure.
We were in a relationship for a little while, but it
You
was
and Will
never.
Smith?
No, Jada.
Jada.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I called her Jada.
So you're in a relationship with her, you don't even know how to say her name properly.
Well, it wasn't that kind of relationship, Keyzie. It was very physical.
Not too much chat.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of chit-chat going on.
Right. Well, I hope you fellas enjoyed my brand new segment.
It was really good, man.
Seemed like you did,
So
yeah.
good.
It was good.
So good.
Hope you took a bit out of it, Keyzie, just in terms of how to drive the,
Oh, yeah.
New
No,
segments,
I've taken notes. It's good.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Geez, I tell you what, fellas, there's a lot going on in that hour.
It was busy,
There was
man.
a lot happening. A lot happening after 6 o'clock too, by the way.
Oh,
of
yeah,
course.
like what, Jase?
The results of the big poll.
Oh, of course.
What's on the TV with Mike Minogue.
Also, how you can win some cash.
Yeah, how you can win cash. Heaps going on. So make sure you stay tuned, all right?
Sure.
Thanks,
Okay.
mate.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night Day. Hey, fellas, you haven't asked me how my glands are.
Jase, have you heard about the Hodaki Big Show outro? It's an extra podcast we do outside of the show every day.
That's true. That's
Outside
true.
of the show, what? We do it outside?
Yeah, we do it outside.
Right, okay.
It's extra content. It's about 10 to 15 minutes every single day, and you can find it by searching Hodaki Big Show, wherever you get your podcasts from. Jase, how are your glands?
Really sore, actually. I'm feeling a bit
Sure.
woozy.
Yeah, you don't look good.
Yeah, well, I
Rough
never,
as guts.
I never look good anymore, Mogi. It's
Oh,
just the way it
Jase.
is.
Don't be like that, man.
They're very painful.
Yeah,
But you said that yesterday.
I won't crap on about it.
good.
You said it yesterday, though. Has anything different happened? Or are you
They got worse.
Oh, so good. Speaking of getting worse, here's the Big Show podcast outro. Here's what we talked about on today's show.
I mean, I blamed you for heaps of shit that you haven't done.
Really?
That I've done.
Were you the one that did the steamer in the B studio?
That was me, Keyzie.
I got massively hauled over the coals for that
Yeah.
by HR.
It was a shocker.
And they were like, the weird thing about it was 3 perfect tubes as well. It was really weird.
Yeah, that was the time I did a steamer in the B studio, and I blamed old Keyzie for it.
Yeah, I almost got sacked for that.
Yeah, you
God,
did too.
That was full on.
It was a hell of a ruckus, wasn't it? Hey, coming up, the results of the big show. Big poll! Here's She-Hut.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Oh, how good, fellas. A bit of wet legs.
Love it,
So
man.
good.
Do you
That's
know
a
why
throbber.
they're playing that on Hodaki now? Because of Hoity J.
You reckon?
Because massively, because I won that Throbber that time with that wet leg
Like
song.
a year
Chaise
ago.
Lounge. And
Do
they
you-
went, actually, and we got so many good texts about that, saying, what a great song. Why don't you guys play that song more often? And do-douche.
It's just weird because that's the only song you've ever chosen that's now on the playlist.
That's true, actually. As a result of some of the songs you've nominated, they've been removed from the playlist.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's actually true. Hey, but right now it's time for...
Big Poll.
And the big poll today, working out while on holiday, yes or no?
Yes.
That's right. This came about because this morning, as I woke up, my wife was like, "Oh, don't forget to pack your running shoes for when we go on holiday in a few weeks' time because we're going on a honeymoon."
Yes.
And I was like, "Why? What do we need those for?" She's like, "Well, I want to go running every day, and you can run with me." And I was like, "Can't you go on your own?" She's like, "I don't want to go on my own. I might get kidnapped or something."
Yeah, that's true. She's got a point.
And then I was like, "But we're going to be walking all over the place every single day. Why do we have to run when you're on holiday?" And then I was like, "Hey, fellas, should the big poll be working out while on holiday?"
What I love about this is you're arguing on your holiday, you haven't even left yet. I can't wait to hear what happens when
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
actually on the
totally,
holiday.
mate. It's got recipe for a disaster written all over it.
It's got a recipe for disaster
It's
written
got
all over it.
recipe for disaster written all over
Are you
it.
sure it doesn't just have disaster written all over it? Or it could be a recipe for disaster?
It's a recipe for disaster written all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what'll happen is I will pack my running shoes in our bags, which aren't massive. Some other shoes that I actually need, I'll get them to Europe and then I won't wear them once.
Sure. I think a little bit of advice on your packing there. Make sure you fill your shoes up with your undies and socks.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yep.
Yeah,
Helps
yeah.
with space, dude.
Totally.
It's
And
a
also-
great packing hack.
Your three-quarter jeans are making more and more sense now because it's less space taking up in your suitcase.
How come I've got slightly tapered jeans and they've become the most highly
No,
discussed
they're-
topic of this show?
They're three-quarter
They're
pants.
not three-quarter
Keyzie.
pants, all right?
Yeah.
Although I hear those are back in, which is just great. What was your prediction again, Jase?
60-40 no.
I reckon it'll be 53% yes.
I don't think you guys did predictions.
No, we didn't.
And you know what's
No.
funny? Is because I put Jase on the spot
Yeah.
and he said the exact thing that it is.
Oh, my God. That's amazing.
Is it 60-40?
Yeah.
Wow.
You knew that already. Look at you sitting there with a big stupid
What do you
grin on your
mean I
face.
knew that already?
It's
Is
funny.
it
it's-
exactly 60-40?
I guess what's interesting about it, Jace, is that every single time that we don't get you to do a prediction, you get it right. Every time you do a prediction, you get it wrong.
How
It's
dare-
incredible.
I resent the implication.
you know-
And yet can't argue with the
Do you know what
fact.
else is funny? Is he just goes, "Oh, wasn't it? Are you sure it's exactly 60-40?" Because he knows it's actually 61-39.
Oh, yes, I was a bit off.
Yeah, By the way,
I was,
if,
I was a little bit off.
if you're wondering what we're talking about, you can vote on our daily big poll by going to the Hodaki Big Show Instagram story and voting there, and it's the percentage that we try and guess before we get to this point, and then Jase ruins it by cheating.
Just on that note, by the way, go and check out our Instagram account because there is crap loads going on. If you've
Oh.
never been on it, you can go. You could literally spend weeks and weeks and weeks on our Instagram going through all our videos from past years.
Brand new video on the Hodaki Big Show right now. It's basically if you were doing a Big Show fighting game and you had to select a character, which character would you choose?
Yeah, great stuff.
All your favourites are there, so check it out.
Great work by Pugs again.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Oh, yeah. The offspring there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show. Hey, if you love your TV, you need to listen to this. What's on the telly with Mike Minogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
That's how you do it. You know what I mean?
What have you been watching, man?
Well, Mum's staying with us at the moment, so
Marge.
it's sort of... I call her Mum.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows who I'm talking about when I say Mum.
Who, Marge? Okay, yeah.
So she sort of watches sort of pretty weird stuff, and at the moment she's watching a documentary series on the Italian mafia, particularly with a concentration on their deeds during the building sort of rush of the 80s in Manhattan.
Sure.
So she loves her sort of murders and bad guys and all that sort of stuff, you know.
Interesting you should say that, actually,
pretty
Mogi, because my mum's exactly the same.
Right.
That's the sort of stuff. She's always on the investigation channel and murders. She used to get sent the subscription, actually, of by magazine, obviously,
Sure.
And they were just murder stories, but
Yeah.
true life ones that had happened. She had stacks of the bastards.
Murder Monthly.
Or something like that. All she does is literally sit and watch, the Murder Channel.
Oh, on Sky, eh?
Yeah. It's like,
my nana does the same.
It's ID or something. Channel 18. I can't
CI.
remember.
Right.
I watched.
CI.
Joker.
How good.
And I've watched it twice now, and I thought, you know what? My wife and I, we were going on, and I said, I just want to watch the Joker again. And Joaquin is just the most brilliant actor there is going around.
Wow.
No one commits to a performance like he does.
What about Jason Statham?
And he is so amazingly good, and that movie is amazingly good. And I recall after that movie was made, because he was initially a bit skeptical about doing it, he said, that was fun, let's do another. So I hope they do another Joker.
Well, I can tell you that.
Can you?
Pugs is saying that yes, number 2 is
I'm
on the
just
way.
trying to say that.
Oh, will you? Pugs just went.
So it's
Yeah.
number 2's on the way?
They're making it at the moment, and Lady Gaga is in it as Harlequin.
Yeah.
And they've released some stills this week of the shoot. And it's him sort of with his face to the rain, but surrounded by people that are holding umbrellas of different colours.
Oh.
And so people are like, oh, God, we know what this is inspired by. The gays. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Umbrellas.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
they're
'cause
different
they're
colours.
different
The
colours.
rainbow.
The
colour is
rainbow.
just, my God. Everybody looking out to be offended by a bit
Yeah.
of inclusion.
I
What did you watch, Keyzie?
Speaking of really good stuff, I watched Celebrity Treasure Island last night.
I've got to catch up, man.
Yeah,
I can't watch it with my mother in the house.
I'm one episode behind. So we're watching this episode. As we're watching it, the ads flick on, so I naturally open my phone,
Sure.
go onto Facebook for some reason. Instantly, a news outlet in New Zealand has posted a massive spoiler for the episode I'm about to watch
Damn
tonight.
it.
Like at 8:31, when it goes on TV at 7:30.
I'm surprised
That's
by the
bollocks.
spoilers and also by the contestants. They're just straight into it. Like, as soon as it happens live, they're just bang, they're out with it on their socials.
Yeah.
It surprises me.
Yeah.
What episode is it up to now, Keyzie? Let us know.
I think like maybe episode 12, I'm up to 11.
Oh, God, I'm miles behind.
To be honest, yeah, I think you'll stop watching it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you might, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Will
so-
be interesting.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Hey, here's DB Smash.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Tame Impala there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Thursday afternoon. Now, have you tried our Heartland chips yet, you guys? I mean, I know we have.
Oh, yeah.
I've been hoeing into them. 2 flavours that we created in association with Heartland Radio Hodaki. The Korean fried chicken and the garlic bread. I believe you, Mogi, prefer the garlic bread. I like the Korean fried chicken.
Well, I took a couple of bags home, one each.
Yes.
Because, as I say, I've got my mum staying with me.
Marge,
And
Tinker.
and I wanted to show off because she's always said to me, like, as far as I'm concerned, you've never made it unless
Wow.
you've been in The Listener
Yes.
and on the front packet of a bag of chips.
Correct.
Well, I've been in The Listener, I've ticked that, and now I want a bag of chips.
Can I just add to that list very quickly? Woman's Weekly.
Oh, yeah, Woman's Weekly.
Yeah,
One
that's
day,
another
man.
one.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, that one.
Yeah.
I did the same thing that you did with Marge. I took a few flavours home for my parents last weekend. I was in Tauranga, and my nana lives with them. And she's late 80s, old Māori woman. She's sitting
She
there.
looks much younger.
She actually does. She looks great. And she's
Whoa.
sitting there on her chair, and I was like, hey, Nan, look at this. And I passed her the chippies, and I pointed at me. I was like, who's that? And she's like, what are you doing on the chippies, Christopher? And she's like, couldn't believe it. She's like, that's so funny.
Did she like them, though?
Nah, she hated them.
Yeah.
Is she a bit doolally?
No, she's not.
Yeah, that's good, man.
But she can't eat them because she's got false teeth and that.
That's
You can suck a chip, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
But what? So you took the different flavours home. What was the prognosis?
Oh, she liked the Korean fried chicken.
Yes.
And we haven't opened the garlic bread ones yet.
Okay.
She's a bit of a fiend for the chips. She likes a chip. Oh,
Oh,
Marge.
good on her
Oh,
too.
she
Marge.
does.
Now
Yeah.
listen.
Wait,
You
just
gotta-
quickly.
Yes.
Don tried the Korean fried chicken. They were eating the garlic bread. They love it. because they love garlic bread. They open the Korean fried chicken. My dad has one and then goes, yum, pretty spicy though.
Yeah.
But they're pretty hot.
They're not spicy at all.
But you can win 5K, can't you, Keyzie?
Sure
Forget
can.
about that.
Yeah, so if you actually get yourself a packet of one of the 2 flavours from the supermarket, take a photo of yourself with the packet and either put it on Instagram and tag us, or if you don't have Instagram, upload it at hodaki.co.nz and you could win $5,000 thanks to Heartland. So good. Hey.
Yes.
Powderfinger and Guns N' Roses on the way next.
Oh, so good.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Well, there you go, you mad bastards. That's your Thursday show done and dusted. Make sure you tune into the show tomorrow, of course, the big Friday throbber. Mogi, I'm picking after sleep chat that we had today. Early night for you tonight, hopefully.
Yeah, that's the plan. But also, it's my mother's last night.
Marge.
So I do feel obliged to spend some time with her. It's
Sure.
been lovely to see her.
Yeah.
And I have been going to bed early for all the good it's done me.
Great stuff.
You know what I mean?
Mate. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll watch a bit more of that mafia stuff. Hopefully there'll be some bodies in the boot.
Good stuff, mate. Keyzie, what are you up to?
Thursday night, probably go home, have dinner, maybe have a couple of beers. I feel like having a couple of beers. I'm not going to get fully laminated or anything. I'm probably going to just have a couple, watch CTI, Celebrity Treasure Island, and then, yeah.
I feel like a couple of beers as well, man.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, one or two sort of turns into 3 or 4, and before you know it, I feel like I've been laminated.
Yeah, true. It's such a. Oh, that's
Look,
the last thing you want.
I'm not planning on getting laminated, but I'll just take it easy tonight.
Are you sure? You might like it.
Well, yeah.
Well, those days behind you.
Yeah, those days are well behind me now. So I'm just going to, have a quiet one. I'll probably watch Joker again.
Oh, that's good.
You know what I mean? And go to bed, have a good sleep, not have a clutchy in the middle of the night. Wake up tomorrow, have a coffee, have a durry, get into the day.
Good on you, mate.
Hey, check out the podcast, check out the Instagram account. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Till then, see you later.